Welcome to Mother-Daughter Projects. I'm Steph.
I'm Vicki, and today we're in the craft room / Lego room, and we actually are showing you a crafty DIY.
So we normally show you, home improvement projects, how to get stuff done at your house. But since this whole pandemic has happened, Mom has actually been working on making masks. She's made over
About 150.
and she's been giving them to friends and family, and she's been donating them to local establishments in town.
Firefighters, food bank.
So she's made a lot of masks, and there's a lot of things she's learned through the process. So we want to share those with you, whether you're making your own mask, sewing one, making it a no-sew one, whether you're buying a fabric mask. These are really good tips that you'll want to know before getting into the fabric mask world. And our last tip, I think, is probably the number one thing that we want to share with you, but we won't share with that until the very end.
We will share that last tip, yes.
All right, so this is all Mom. She's been making the mask. So I will be her assistant. Let me know. What do you need, Mom?
I need to get back behind the camera and really get my good side.
Okay,
I do have a good side.
I can do that.
Number one, no extra stitching. And what I mean by that is every single time you put a hole into the mask, you're creating another place for air to get in. So you need to get rid of your pins. You're not going to be using pins. You're going to be using clips. And I like to use these commercial wonder clips. Or you could use small binder clips. You could use paper clips, although you don't need these giant ones. But just look around your home and see what you have. Keeping that in mind too, you want to use solid fabrics, not like a patchwork or something like that, because that's just lots and lots of extra holes. So keep it safe. Avoid putting extra holes in your mask. Number two, you want to make it secure, and you're going to secure it ideally with elastic. That may be hard to come by, so you may need some alternatives. You can use bias tape, or you can make your own bindings, which are actually fairly simple, and I actually find it pretty relaxing. And I'm going to be making binding with 2-inch strips of fabric, and this is going to fit into a bias tape maker, and you can buy these online. Here are two different ones, a small one and the one I'm using this one that creates a 1-inch wide bias tape. And to use that, you're going to fit one end of the fabric strip into the bias tape maker, and you're going to adjust it so you have the same amount of fabric on each side that folds over. You're going to need to be using a hot iron set on the cotton setting, because you are using 100% cotton fabrics, and make sure it's really, really steamy, because that steam helps to set the crease. So you're just going to put your iron down and move the bias tape maker and press it flat. Once you've done that, let it cool just a tiny bit. You're going to fold it in half, and that's creating your binding. And once that's done, you can add it to your mask like I'm doing here. If you want to make your mask adjustable, here's a great tip for using a pony bead, and that's what they're called, pony beads. And you just slip it on both sides of the tie, whether you're using elastic or a t-shirt tie or even bias tape, and that will help the user to adjust it to their face size. Another alternative is to make t-shirt ties. You can use old t-shirts or new t-shirts. Just make sure they're washed first. And here you can see I'm using, this is actually a used t-shirt. I'm laying it out on my cutting surface, and I'm actually cutting 1-inch strips. Now this creates a lot of length, so be sure you clean up your area before you move on to something else. Otherwise, it's all going to transfer to your nice clean mask. Number three, fabrics matter. According to CDC, you should be using a 100% quality woven cotton. So this is not the time to pull out your old polyester knits. You need to pre-wash everything. I like to throw everything in the washer at one time, wash it on the highest setting possible, and then put it in the dryer and dry it again on the highest setting possible. And you're doing that to remove any sizing or dirt and to shrink it down to size, because you don't want that mask shrinking once it's washed. Number four, pleats please. I think pleats are one of the hardest things that the home sewer has found to do, and I found a really simple way to do that. You have to use a hot steamy iron, press your mask flat, then you're going to turn it so the right sides are out and press that in half, and then fold in each edge and press that flat. Turn it to the right side, and you're going to be using a seam gauge, and you're going to make the first two pleats 1/2 inch deep. Make your first pleat, press that. Make your second pleat and press that. And this particular design needs to be 4 inches in length once it's finished. So that last pleat, I don't use that measure, and I just move it smaller or larger to make sure that's 4 inches. Press it all really, really well. And I'm using a wooden block, and I'm gonna put that on there, and that I will leave in place until the mask cools, and that will actually set those pleats. Also like to use some binder clips to clip those in place, so it makes it a little bit easier when I'm handling the mask. Number five, to filter or not to filter. Now we're talking about two different kinds of filters. One is a lining that you put inside the two pieces of 100% cotton, Or you can make a filter pocket where you would put in a disposable filter and take it out when it gets dirty. Now, what I'm showing you here are different kinds of things I've used inside the mask. I've used things like flannel, muslin, I've used iron-on woven interfacing. All of those things you can use as internal filters. Be sure to check with the CDC because that list of things that are good for inside filters are changing fairly rapidly. Number 6, machine maintenance. And you're probably wondering, why talk about machine maintenance? Well, right now, it may be a hard time to get your machine serviced, so if you can do a few very minor cleaning things, you'll keep it running smoother. And I like to clean out the bobbin area of my machine every 3 bobbins, and I will actually take all of this apart and use canned air and use a little brush and keep it cleaned out. And you'll be surprised what a difference that makes. Number 7, make it wearable. Now you need to know your audience when you're making these masks. If you're making it for yourself, you can do all the tailoring and adjusting that you need. Most people are finding the ones with elastic around the ears are the easiest to take on and off, but sometimes they're not comfortable for wearing for long periods of time. And nurses have found that they really can be uncomfortable and they've asked for ear savers. Now this is an example of an ear saver right here, and we have a video on making this on a Cricut Maker. We have found that those that have ties are more comfortable and really fit tighter to the faces. So you just need to know yourself and the situation that you're going into, whether you need one that's more easily to take off or one that's more secure. Number 8, clean your iron. It's another maintenance tip, and I think a lot of people don't think about this until they are ironing and there's a really dirty spot on the fabric. The sole plate of your iron does get dirty, and here I'm using a commercial cleaner, and you put a great big blob on a paper towel and you're just going to run your iron over that until all that dirt comes off. I would do this in a well-ventilated area because it is sort of smelly, but it's a good idea to keep that sole plate of your iron clean. Number 9, mask hygiene. If you have a mask and you're not the one who made it, go ahead and wash it before you wear it first. Now you need to identify the right side and the wrong side of the mask, especially if it's not used with 2 different fabrics. Like this one has the same fabric on the inside and outside, so we have labeled them with our names so we know which side is which. Now, if you're wearing a pleated mask like this one, you need to wear those pleats down, always down. Now, put it on and you're going to secure the little metal nose piece. And if that has shifted a little bit inside the mask, you need to just move it, bump it over so it's right in the middle. Once that mask is on, don't touch the front of that mask. Okay, when you take off that mask, you need to just touch it only by the ears only and not touching the front because it could be contaminated. Now we like to keep a zip bag in the car. We label them and put it in, drop it in, and zip it up, and it's all contained now. And be sure to use a hand sanitizer or wash your hands after handling your mask. And speaking of that, you need to also keep these masks washed. So just throw them in the washing machine. I like to put mine in a little mesh bag and just wash them and dry them, and you're ready to go for the next time.
Can I take number 10?
10, you take number 10, yes.
And number 10, whatever you do, wear a mask. It's vitally important that we all stay safe during this time, and by wearing a mask, we are protecting other people. So as the CDC says, when I wear a mask, I'm protecting someone else from getting the virus if I happen to have it, especially if I'm asymptomatic and don't know I have it. So please wear a mask, whatever you can do, whether you make it, whether you buy it, whether you put a bandana on, do something to cover your face and keep your neighbors and friends safe.
And you know you can be cute with this too.
Yes.
And you can even match your doggy.
Mom actually made me this new special little cute little mask, and if you notice, me and my friend here, we have a little matching going.
So there's no reason why you can't have fun with it too.
Exactly. We'll be putting a link to all the tutorials Mom's been using in the link below. We'll also put some links to No-Sew and CDC recommendations. So thanks for joining us today, and please don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to get notifications of all our new videos. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.
Number 3, fabric. Squirrel. Number 3, fabrics matter.